Let's talk about this bodega owner. His name is Jose Alba. He was charged with second-degree murder after fatally stabbing a man named Austin Simon during a confrontation at a bodega in Harlem. But there is video that everyone has seen of Austin Simon, unfortunately, a young brother, manhandling this guy, shoving him, getting in his face, and he went behind the bodega counter to get in this guy's face over something that he couldn't afford. And Austin Simon looks to be in his 20s, and Jose Alba appears to be, significantly. Yeah, Austin Simon is 35 years old. Jose Alba is 61.
All true. I do not even understand how this man spent one day in jail. He was attacked in his own store by a person half his age. He defended himself. Oh boy, lost. What's the problem?
Yeah. Oh, and this was over something stupid. He was demanding an apology after the card he tried to pay for some chips with was declined. And then
because everybody's ego. See, this is a whole ego thing, right? We live in the age of the most fragile egos ever, where everybody's sensitive, everybody's in their feelings, everybody needs to be validated. You can't disrespect me. Everybody needs to be respect. Nobody's giving anybody any respect, but everybody wants respect. So now you're gonna try to smack this old man around in his own store over a bag of chips. You get jigged in the throat, and now they want to give this guy 20 years? How does that make any sense? Mm-hmm. You're not even arresting people for petty crimes right now.
$500,000 bail.
Ridiculous. The guy was defending himself. He was attacked. So what if I get attacked in the street and I happen to whip this person's ass and win and they die? I'm supposed to go to jail. So what? I should have let the guy kill me? What's the alternative? What's the other choice that the old man should have taken? What was it?
This reminds me of Bernard Gates. And I've been saying
this is worse because Bernard Gates had a negative intent. This guy did not. This guy was minding his business, chilling in his store. Gates was like, I'm gonna kill these kids.
Oh yeah. The kids hadn't attacked him yet. He felt like they were going to attack him. And there was no video.
He had intent to kill them. That's why he ended up going to jail. This guy did not intend to kill this guy. He was attacked. He defended himself and won. The end. But we're not arresting people for petty crimes, but we're going to arrest people for defending themselves from crimes? That doesn't make any sense.
And imagine the money that's going to be spent on prosecuting this guy.
This case, I don't see this case going very far. It would be absurd to spend resources on this case. And all you're going to do is aggravate the business associations in the city. I mean, what are you doing? So you're basically saying, if I defend myself against getting attacked in my place of business, I could go to jail. So what am I supposed to do? Stand here and get beaten up or raped or robbed? What am I supposed to do? Let the guy attack me?
Yeah. It says Mayor Adams.
Where is the logic?
Mayor Adams and a number of city officials have criticized the decision by Manhattan District Attorney Alvin L. Bragg to charge Mr. Alba with murder.
Of course. The guy didn't wake up that morning and was like, let me kill this black guy. The guy was sitting in his chair in his store, minding his business. And this guy with the ego of a 6-year-old girl lost his ish, attacked the old man. The old man jigged him, and that was the end of it. He brought that on himself.
Yeah, he got him in the throat. Sorry, he knows where the sensitive points are. You came at him.
Luck was on his side. Period.
Was he supposed to stab you in the shoulder as a warning stab?
Well, right. I mean, when it's a one-on-one fight, right. It's he was within his rights. Having said that, shall we talk about the distasteful video of those? It just so happens to be African-American women tearing up that restaurant in New York City.
Bell Fries in Lower East Side.
You want to talk about donkeys of the day? Y'all are a bunch of pigeons. And the saddest part about that video, well beyond the savagery, well beyond the validating of stereotypes, well beyond the thousands of dollars of damage you caused to the store, well beyond your shameful behavior that is now on video for the rest of your life. The saddest part, when I saw that video, was not only watching those girls tear up that restaurant like a bunch of animals, all the men on the sidewalk watching and filming it. So the women were brawling in the store like a bunch of dudes, and the men were on the sidewalk taking pictures like a bunch of girls.
Just egging it on.
Please play the video if you have it. And if you notice, as the girls are jumping over the counter and ripping off the plexiglass, going all King Kong in the place, Look at who's on the sidewalk. It is literally all men standing there calmly watching the women go berserk. 3 customers on a rampage in a Manhattan eatery, and the rampage is being conducted by 3 girls. So my question is, where are your parents? Number 2, I guarantee you there's no dad in the home. Number 3, you're going to jail. Number 4, you're going to jail on what charges? Tearing up a restaurant over the price of sauce.
Yeah. $25,000 in damages, and this is all because the
$25,000 in damages, and you're going to jail, all because you wanted to act like a chicken head in a New York City restaurant in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Now, if that store owner has shot their asses, would that store owner have been arrested? Because I think that store owner was within their right to shoot their asses.
As you saw in the video, they threw a chair at the staff, whoever was on the staff holding the camera.
They absolutely destroyed that restaurant. That restaurant is demolished.
Mm-hmm.
And all for what? To prove what? What did they prove? That we're evolving backwards?
Mm-hmm. $1.75 sauce.
Over sauce. Why are women of color acting like femininity, poise, and grace is kryptonite?
I feel bad for the owner of this restaurant.
Feel absolutely horrible for the owner of the restaurant. And if the owner of the restaurant had shot their asses, who's wrong in this situation?
Mm-hmm.
If he had shot them. So what, we're supposed to march for these 3 girls if that store owner has shot them?
Mm-hmm. Looks like the store owner is actually a woman.
Awful. So
Yeah.
3 women tore up a woman's business. And next month, what, we're all going to meet in the park and march for women's rights, all of us?
Annalise Schlossberg. Yeah.
And now we're all going to march for women's rights. See, this is why we remain powerless because we do dumb shit like this. So now 3 women are going to jail. 1 female business owner's business is destroyed. Her staff is unemployed. And these girls did all this to prove what?
Let's shout them out too. Pearl Lazoria,
Pearl.
age 27. Chaitaria Placencia, age 25. Tatiana Johnson, age 23.
Pigeon of the day. Your parents must just be ashamed. Jumping on top of the counter, wearing short dresses in the middle of the night, tearing up a restaurant while the men on the sidewalk watch.
Mm-hmm.
And you expect these same guys to what? Show up to your front door, ring your doorbell, and bring you roses and treat you like a lady?
Mm.
You want to act like I guarantee you these girls don't have boyfriends. And they don't have a father in the home. Because when you have a father in the home, you know better than to act like that. Because if you have a father who's raised you right and led your family properly, your dad will put his foot in your ass. So you know not to act like that.
Yeah, how dare you embarrass our family like that?
How dare you embarrass the family and embarrass the name of the family? But see, we're not family oriented these days. And this is the result.
Yeah. And they hurt another woman too. Employee Maria Baez, 33, needed a staple in her head after being struck by one of the tablet cash registers. Now, explain this to me, because all 3 were arrested. 2 of them didn't have to post bail. After all of that, they did not have to post bail. The only one who had to post bail had to post bail. Why? Because she had an additional charge because she took $10 out of the register. So because they added in a theft charge, $10, she has to post bail. But these other 2 crazy folks didn't have to. For that, when there's clear video evidence, why the fuck didn't all 3 of them have to post bail?
Yeah, I don't know why that is. I can't speak to that, and I don't think that teaches them a good lesson. I don't think that holds them accountable at all. I never want anybody to go to jail, but their behavior was absolute savagery. They should have to pay back every dollar of what they've destroyed in that store. They owe their parents an apology. I would like, my first question as this, I would want to talk to their parents. If I was the store owner, I'd be like, part of the deal is I want to meet your parents. I want to know what your parents' thoughts are about their daughters acting like this at 4 o'clock in the morning in the middle of New York.
I like that.
Let's start there. Let's find out what the problem is. Is this mental illness, or are your daughters just assholes? Is there trauma in the home?
Yeah.
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Is this slavery? Is this because of 400 years of slavery? Is this it? Help me understand why I shouldn't have shot them.
Ain't no systemic oppression made you do
right. Is this the systemic racism you're talking about? Is this what the result of it? Is this the fault of my ancestors?
It's bullshit. And it's so interesting that this happens and the staff didn't feel like they could even, they couldn't get a baseball bat.
Couldn't even defend themselves.
They couldn't defend themselves at all. And it happens right after this guy gets
they either might go to jail, right? Because they might get charged with murder and go to jail. So they got to let these multiple ratchet ass chicks tear up this restaurant over sauce. So you're going to take a tired ass into jail and tell people what you in here over because you tore up a store over sauce.
Yeah.
So everybody know you're a punk. Everybody knows you're a punk. Yeah. You're not in there for triple homicide, right? You're in there for acting like a buffoon over sauce. You're that person.
You're that person. You what you in for?
What you in for? Go ahead.
Throw up a restaurant over some sauce.
Please explain to the audience what you're in for. Go ahead. Yeah. We're dying. We're all ears.
But fragile egos again, because if you couldn't afford the sauce or whatever, there were so many people out there recording that we could have passed the plate around. Hey, you got some quarters. Like, come on, that's 7 quarters, $1.75. Come on, you guys.
Every restaurant in New York has gone up in price at least 10 to 20%. Yes. Is $1.75 for sauce excessive? Yes. If you don't want to pay it, to your point, you could either send around a collection plate. You can either use the sauce that comes with it. They usually give you one, or you could have just sprung for the $1.75 instead of the $30,000 you're now going to have to pay, plus the lawyer fees to keep your tired ass out of prison.
Oh, I hope they send them to prison anyway. I hope they get it.
But go ahead. See, these are the type of chicks that Kevin Samuels was talking about.
Oh, yeah. These are the same ones 5 or 10 years from now are going to be like, ain't no good black men out there. Thank
you. Preach.
And talking about fragile egos, I did want to see if you had heard about this dude in Philadelphia as we close. This 47-year-old man in Philadelphia got kicked out of a bar and he shot it up 15 times. He shot 15 rounds in there, ended up killing a 21-year-old girl. And they picked his ass up in fucking Atlantic City. And rumor has it that he was smiling when they finally picked his ass up. So we went from Philadelphia all the way to Atlantic City. Motherfucker knew he was wrong. 47 years old. Getting kicked out of bars, first of all, getting mad about getting kicked out of a bar, and then so mad about getting kicked out of a bar at 47 years old that the nigga shot the bar up and killed the 21-year-old girl.
Dumb. But again, everybody's fragile. Nobody can take an ass beating anymore because it goes on World Star for the rest of your life. So now everybody has to shoot everybody to save face. What happened to a good old beatdown?
Oh, yeah. Nobody can lose a fight anymore.
So they would rather shoot you and go to jail and destroy 2 sets of families rather than just take that ass beating and keep it pushing.
Yeah. It took the U.S. Marshals to go get this guy, Anthony Nelson, age 47, facing murder charges now, stemming from a June 28th fatal shooting of Jaylene Holton, R.I.P.
Shameful. Another chicken head of the day. Good job. Your mother must be proud.